Let the galaxy burn.
Hello guys, and welcome to Calth, where the word bearers have finally arrived. Well, as of this very moment, you cannot play them yet, but you can look at their cards in the collection in the game, so we're going to do that together. Now, apart from the cards which were revealed as part of the previews, I actually have not seen the word bearer cards yet, so you're going to be seeing my own real reactions to them. Anyhow, with that, we're going to start doing this quick preview the way we look at all the Legion cards before as they came out. We're going to start by looking at the Warlords, and then we're going to go through their cards from cheapest to most expensive. So looking at this, it's no surprise that Argyle Tal is one of the Wordbearer Warlords. We're kind of expecting him, I think, to be the epic, because a lot of people were hoping Erebus would be the weakest because they want to see him die a lot. So in the lore, we hate his character. But it looks like Argyle Tal is the rare warlord with 30 health. Let's go take a look at what he does. Oh, wow. Okay, this is interesting. Argyle Tal, the Crimson Lord. 2 attack, 30 health. It looks like he's got some fancy mechanic over here. So we'll see what that means in a second. And then it says that if you spend 1 energy to deal 1 damage. And if the target dies, he can act again. That's actually a pretty cool ability. So he has medium initiative as well. That looks pretty awesome. The neat thing about this is actually, okay, I see what happens. If your deck includes 15 Chaos cards, you start as Argyle Tal's Alter Ego Demon, which is Realm. So that's cool. So if your deck is very chaotic, you start as a demon instead. Let's go down and take a look at what Realm does. Where's Realm? Is he around here somewhere? Oh, look at that. Okay, there's Realm. Realm has 3 attack and also 30 health. He has Unstoppable. Oh my god, this is really powerful. He's got Battle Honor. If he kills a target, he heals too. Now remember, a lot of the units at the beginning of the game, they have like 3 health and they do 2 damage, which means he's basically killing them for free. Oh, that is sweet. I like that. Interesting. This is a great mechanic. If your Wordbearer's deck with Argyle Tal is very chaos orientated, he shows up as his demon alter ego instead. Oh man, okay, we've got to try that one out. Alright, next up we have Erebus. So let's look at Erebus. So it says create or enlarge a summoning rift, and he has low initiative. So that's going to suck, and already with low initiative, unless this summoning rift thing is really great, he's not going to be popular. Let's try and find Summoning Rift. Is it in here somewhere? Chaos Spawn, blah blah blah. Okay, cannot tell what that is. Hang on, let's look to see if is there a card? No. So I wonder what on earth a Summoning Rift actually is. There isn't an explanation going on here. Ha. Alright, well, I guess we'll see. Okay, I might come back to Erebus. Right now, he's not looking too great, but perhaps it's something which makes units cheaper. We might figure out what it is later. And next up, the big guy himself, Lorgar. 2 attack, 40 health. Okay, he's sort of like Ingethil with cheaper demons. Oh, and this is what a lot of people are expecting. He's basically the Ingethil of Wordbearers, right? He spends 2 energy and he gives a demon host buff to an Astartes or infantry, which, as we saw before, gives it the demon keyword in addition to whatever it has, and gives it one of the demon host buffs, which we'll just quickly recap over here. You've got these 5 buffs: Demonic Eyes, which gives ward, so units can't be targeted with abilities or tactics; Demonic Hooves, which gives Survivor 3; Demonic Horns, which gives Terrors; Demonic Spikes, which gives Cleave; Demonic Wings, which gives Unstoppable and Flank, and once you've got all of those, each time the unit gets Demon Host, it gets Demonic Muscles. Well, let's take a look. What happens when his Whisper gets triggered? So, oh, 1 second over here. What's this Blessed Sun card? Oh, I guess Argyle Tal starts with... Okay, we'll come back to this in a second. Whispers of Chaos. Lorgar costs -2 for every friendly demon in play. Oh man, that kind of is tough. You're gonna have to have 4 demons in play at the beginning of your turn to reduce his Whisper of Chaos card cost to 10. Now, I know there are a bunch of cards for the Word Bearers which spawn demons, including some which spawn multiple demons, but that might be fun. That might be tough. But it looks like Lorgar is basically the new demon warlord, all about demons. Oh, of course, but remember his Astartes / demons, so people he gives demon host to, they count as demons towards this. Okay, that's getting a bit more interesting. It might be feasible. Let's see if his Whisper is worth pulling off, though. If he turns into Lorgar Transfigured, he completely ignores the maintenance cost of demons, which is interesting. And then for 1 energy, he deal 2 to 3 damage, so random 2 to 3 damage. If the target dies, put in play a random lesser demon. That's it's a bit crappy, actually, I think, because you don't know if you're getting battle flies or if you're getting something really great. I don't know. I mean, what I'm more interested in is the fact that it might actually be a pretty easy Whisper of Chaos to pull off, and then the main benefit will be you heal up and you do more damage. Seems interesting, but anyway, I wanted to come back to Blessed Sun because it looks, I think, as though Argyle Tal starts with this card, and so -2 cost when Argyle Tal kills a unit. So remember, Argyle Tal's ability is to do 1 damage, and then he can act again. So with that going on, so if you decide not to start as Raum, you still can become Raum by just killing units with Argyle Tal, and then you heal 5 and become Raum anyway. Okay, I think Argyle Tal is going to be a very popular warlord to play. Okay, that is really, really cool and exciting. Let's keep going through and look at their units. We start with Borodal Squad, and their ability is they rally and they give +1 to friendly infantries. That's alright for one. I know the Word Bearers have a lot of cards we'll see in a moment with spawn friendly infantry like Zealots. The other thing Borodal Squad will do is make Jubak a little bit nastier. Jubak normally has 2 attack, 3 health, and he's a staple in almost every deck. Borodal Squad, once they go into play after Jubak, will make him 3 attack and 3 health, which is a bit of a different proposition. Next, Testamentum Veritas. Give +1 to your demons. That doesn't sound... I mean, that sounds nice for 1 energy. It doesn't sound too great until you realize that when you give a Space Marine demon host, it becomes a demon as well. So it'll benefit from this. I think this will be a staple in pretty much every Word Bearer's deck. Dagodol Bikes. Looks like these are their flanking guys, and it's not bad for that. 3 attack, 2 health, but they will die when they attack, basically, since they only have 2 health. Unless they're attacking one of the super weak units. Dark Blessing. Okay. Oh wow, look at this. Reflection. Give Demon Host to a friendly Astartes. So you can play it repeatedly onto even the same Astartes to give him a big Demon Host buff, in fact. That's cool. A little bit expensive, I think, but it could be cool. I don't know. We'll have to see in practice. But like, for example, if you have 6 energy, you could play Dark Blessing onto the same Space Marine 3 times to buff him up big time. You know, actually, that might actually work out nicely. I think this is going to be this will be one of those cards which causes an unexpected turnaround. Because if you've got a guy who maybe already has 2 or 3 buffs, this will guarantee him all the remaining buffs, which might be enough for his terror to change the game or what. Well, it can cause a lot of interesting stuff. A little bit chaotic, I guess that's part of the theme. Dorberol Squad is next, so these guys are just so average. Although maybe once you give them a couple of Demon Host buffs, they'll be nastier, but whatever. For now, these are just your basic, cheap, unstoppable guys. I see them being used in the event. Maybe there's better cards from neutral selections and stuff for 2 energy. Of course, them being Astartes, you can play your Demon Hosts from people like Lorgar onto them, and cards like Dark Blessing, so maybe that's a reason to favor them instead. Heralds of Truth. Sacrifice, add a lesser demon to your hand. So that's cool, I guess, for 2 energy if you've got a lot of stuff on the board. Although it does say it applies it to your troops. So if you've spawned a ton of zealots from various methods, Heralds of Truth will actually then allow your zealots to give you lesser demons in turn, which is fantastically thematic. Tear in reality, this is the cheapest removal we've seen. Could be useful. Actually, not just could be useful, you will see this being used in every single Wordbearer's deck. Pseudo Squad. We saw this guy before. He puts in play 2 Wounded Zealots, which obviously was then neat for triggering Heralds of Truth. Dark Oratory. Oh, this one's nice. Draw 2 cards. So every tactic... you know what? It's not that great. It's a very expensive way of drawing 2 cards. 3 energy to draw 2 cards? I don't know. Like, Sons of Horus can do it for 2 energy. Ugh. With resupply. I don't see the word bearers being tactic heavy. And even if you're tactic heavy, this buffs your troops, so you want to be troop heavy. This card seems a little bit misbalanced. I'm not so great on this one. Not so hot on this one. Fanatical Zeal. This is cool. I think healing your units, which includes your Warlord, is always a powerful ability, and this will help to keep people who've got Demon Host on them alive. So this will be a definite card to include. Gorlim Squad, you saw this one in my reveals video. This one's great. Demon Host twice for 3 energy, yes please, as long as you've got a friendly infantry to kill, but hopefully Pseudo Squad will have provided that. Kolek support. Front line. Oh man, okay, so this is another reason to spawn those crazy amounts of zealots and keep them alive. They have front line, so these guys will help keep those zealots alive, and at the beginning of your turn, they'll deal 5 damage to the enemy warlord, as long as you have a friendly infantry to kill. That's interesting. That means these guys will be a massive priority to try to take out, so I like the sound of that. At one point, I bet in this game, somebody is going to put these in play, and they're facing Alpha Legion, and without thinking about it, the Alpha Legion player is going to play a Sleeper Operative, and then get surprised when Kolek support kills the Sleeper Operative and deals 5 damage. Anyway, I'd love to be the person facing that idiot one. Well, alright, let's keep going through. Ooh, a cheap 3 energy legendary. We have Soar Backpal. Okay, so we actually saw this guy in the reveals. When a friendly Astartes or infantry dies, put in play a Chaos Spawn. So this makes Lorgar very happy, obviously, because if we go down and take a look at what a Chaos Spawn is, it's a cheap demon, maintenance 1, so Lorgar ignores it, and decent stats for that. And, of course, Chaos Spawns make Lorgar's Whisper cheaper. So, Soar Backpal, very important for Lorgar. Not sure if others will necessarily want it. Torgal Squad. Okay, so this one is not that great, I think, unless they already have demonic, demonic horns and terror. Because, where we were gone, Torgal Squad. Battle Honor triggers if you survive killing another object. And with only 4 health, they're not going to be able to kill things very many times, so they won't actually get their demon host that often. I don't think these guys are that great. It's going to be hard to take full advantage of them. Ashen Circle, an epic. What does this guy do? He's unstoppable. Oh, look at that sacrifice. That is nice. Oh, that's also very cool. I love this. So if you've got a zealot in play, or you put one in play, when these guys rally, you kill the zealot and then they gain fast. They become a unit with fast and 4 attack, which is nice. And if they die while attacking, that'll trigger sacrifice, which will then deal 2 damage to everyone. Powerful. I like this. Yeah, this one has to go in there. The Book of Lorgar. We saw this before. It's actually not that great for Lorgar, ironically, but if you're planning on doing a demon-focused build with the other Warlords, this one definitely needs to be included in there, and it's a fairly cheap card at 4 energy for a legendary. Gallic Squad is next. These are the Word Bearers' sneak attack guys. which is nice. 3 health's a little bit low. There's too many abilities in the game, tactics and things like that, which will kill a 3 health guy. So although it would be cool to have 5 attack and sneak, 5 health and 5 attack and sneak attack, I'm not so sure I'd include these unless you have what's it called, escape vent, so you can put these guys on the board and make them invisible straight away so they can survive till the next turn. Harbingers of Chaos, we saw this before, gives everything on the board demon host. It's an expensive card. It's only really worth playing if you have board control already, which I don't know. I might be leaving this one out of my deck. Perhaps we'll see how it does in the event. Erebus Squad. Okay, so yeah, we want cheap free infantry to trigger like kill friendly infantry effects, and Horus Occultists play that role perfectly. And this is actually neat because this guy triggers at the end of your turn, not the beginning. So it's a guaranteed Horus Occultist. So for 4 energy, you're getting 2 units which have 2 attack and 3 health. And Horus Occultists generate a Taint of Chaos when they attack the enemy Warlord, which is pretty decent, right? I don't mind that. 4 energy for 2 units with 2 attack, 3 health. Yeah, it's doable. I'll take these guys. Especially because generating those cultists might be important for killing them with other units, so. Alright, let's keep going through this. We've got the Raising of Monarchia. Oh, that's cool. So Monarchia was the planet where the Wordbearers had built this giant cathedral to the Emperor, and the, actually Monarchia was the city where the Wordbearers had built a giant cathedral to the Emperor, and the Ultramarines burned it down. And that made the Wordbearers very angry. And so you can see here, that makes them very strong and very healthy. So that's cool. It's one of those great buffs which affects all cards in your deck, which I think is a nice way of doing it. I would have liked it if it buffed the Astartes in your hand as well, but this might still be worth carrying out. Astartes cards are obviously very powerful always, and buffing them will make them into more of a nightmare. So yes, please. Raising of Monarchia, I'll take at least 1, maybe 2 of them. Cephalon Squad. Okay, so this is spawning all those zealots. Again, for if you're planning on having lots of cards with rally effects which kill friendly troops, you definitely want to have Cephalon Squad in there for generating those troops. Bargatol Heavy Support. 2 energy for 4 damage. That's extremely economical. I love it. Yes, it's going in there. That's pretty much all you can say. It's got great health for a 5 energy card, 6 health. You're not going to really use its attack value. That's there for its own defense. Every turn while this guy's in play, you want to be spending 2 energy to deal 4 attack with it. Dark Brethren, we saw this from my reveal video. Gain Demon Host when an enemy dies. Enough said, I like it. Oh, they've already changed these guys from my reveal video because these guys are starting off as Astartes / Demon, which is interesting for Lorgar because they start as demons. While they're in play, his reckoning is getting cheaper. Diabolist Vohal. So this is a rare card. When a friendly unit dies, give +1 to your demons. Rally, gain demon host. So these guys will automatically become demons when put on the board, and then whenever a friendly unit dies, they gain +1 attack, as well as your other demons and Astartes / demons. So I actually think this is pretty cool. Yes, let's include it. Cameo. So this is the Wordbearer's ship. Holy moly! This is Ankto on steroids. Okay, so Ankto right now is 4 energy, deal 4 damage to a unit. If you've got nothing else on the board, put it back in your deck. Camiel now, as you look at it, deal 4 damage to an enemy. If it dies, deal 2 damage to all enemies. Wow! That is extremely powerful. It might even be OP. It does cost 5 energy, so it is more expensive than Ankto. A lot of people are going to be unhappy when facing this. You will definitely want 2 Camiels in your deck as well. Kurtha said, this guy is neat for a legendary. Spending 5 energy to get a greater demon. Yes, I like that. The only caveat is this will only trigger if he dies while attacking. And so you've got to keep him alive until your next turn to benefit fully from this. But honestly, even if you don't, his stats are super average for 5 energy, so it's kind of worth it. 5 energy, 5 attack, 5 health, and he's going to draw a lot of fire because your enemy will want to kill him before your next turn does. So he basically has frontline for free. So it's not a bad card. I like it. Ronger Squad is next. Similarly to some of the others we've seen, he's got Sacrifice, so he's got to survive until the next turn, which means if you've got a bunch of demons on the board already, your opponent will be trying to kill Ronger Squad, I think, to make sure that they don't sacrifice themselves and actually buff all your demons. So it's a pretty decent card. It's a little bit situational because you have to have a ton of demons. I think Lorgar is most likely to include this. And perhaps others if you're going for a very demon focused or Astarte / demon focused build. If you're not, then maybe you can pass these guys. Secret Devotion. For each enemy, put in play a random cultist. Cultists are very weak, and I'm not sure I'd want to spend 5 energy to spawn a couple of cultists. I don't like this. Nah, we're gonna pass on Secret Devotion. Dark Channeling. Okay, look at that. 6 energy to add 3 lesser demons to your hand, and they cost 2 less. So that's basically getting... I mean, you basically spend your 6 energy now, and you're getting it effectively returned in future turns by playing cheaper demons. If you're in a position where you're comfortable enough to go down 6 energy, I think this would be a good card. Obviously, this will really help out Lorgar to play a bunch of cheap demons. This is very situational, because yes, there are actually times when you have such control that wasting 6 energy, or spending 6 energy and not getting anything to show for it this turn, is possible. I mean, that's what the Captured Forge for Iron Hands does. So this is like the Word Bearer's equivalent of Captured Forge. Yeah, I guess it's not bad. Just like I use Captured Forge, I'll probably use Dark Channeling. Destiny's Hand, the next ship. This is another one. This one now deals 2 damage to all units, and for each unit killed, you put in play a Chaos Spawn. So this is one for Lorgar for sure. Malnor Squad. Give +1 and frontline to infantry troops you put in play. Okay, so if these guys are in play, then Secret Devotion becomes doable because those random cultists will get frontline and great stats. You know what, honestly, his stats are not bad for 6 energy. If you're planning on having a build with lots of cultists so you can sacrifice them in order to trigger other abilities, Malnor Squad synergizes quite well with that, so I think it's doable. Possessed Marine, yes, 1,000 yeses. Ward and Cleave together, yes. I'm not going to say much more, this guy is great. Architect of Heresy, this is an expensive legendary, let's take a look. It looks like to be a tactic, what does it do? This is one of the cheapest take control of a unit card. It's a little bit conditional because it only takes control of infantry or Astartes. And if it's any other unit, it's very, very expensive as a stun. It does have great art, look at that. Oh, I love that. Half a head, nice. I'll need to see about this card. It's not as good as some of their other legendaries have been. And remember, when you take control of a unit, you cannot act with it immediately. Maybe it's... I mean, I can imagine when you're facing Death Guard and they've buffed up like one of those guys who goes back to your hand when they die or something like that. Someone has a super buffed up Space Marine or Infantry unit. You can take control. So it's so conditional. I don't know, maybe. I'm not a huge fan of this one right now. Another ship for the Word Bearers, Balthimir's Sword. Now this is actually better than the previous one. Why take control of something which is only an infantry or a Astartes when you can just destroy it and simultaneously stun the enemy warlord? Yes, you know what? You don't want Architect of Heresy, the legendary. You want 2 of this common Balthamir sword. That's your hard removal, and with a fantastic side effect stun. So yes, we are going to definitely keep Balthamir's sword. Getting into the last couple of expensive troops, we have another epic, the Captain Apostle. After attacking, give Demon Host to your Astartes. Yes, 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 yes. You do want this guy. I like it. His stats are already great. Well, he got okay stats for 7 energy. You can't really fault any of those. And this ability is neato. So we will definitely have Captain Apostle there. Dark Martyr. Okay. Rally and Relentless gain Demon Host. Oh, yes, please. I like this too. He is expensive, and his starting stats are a little bit weak. But remember, when you as soon as you put him on the board, he collects a Demon Host straight away. And if you're lucky, that might actually be the Demon Host, which gives flank, so you can actually act straight away as well. It's not bad. It's a little bit expensive. I would have liked it to be 6 energy, but I can maybe see why it's 7. Yeah, it's a nice card. If you're going for a Demon Host build, perhaps this is what you do want. This is a vehicle, Column of the Anunnaki. So when you put him in play, he gets to destroy a friendly infantry, and he gains front line, and he becomes 2/2. So under the right conditions, he's 8 energy, but his front line 9 attack, 9 health. That's alright. I just felt that there were some better expensive units for the word bearers, like Captain Apostle and Dark Martyr, and especially for the same cost, 8 energy, the Mutant Astartes. Check this guy out. He comes with 10 attack and 10 health and cleave force. He's actually doing up to 10 plus 4 plus 4, which is 18 damage a turn. And he has all of that for just 8 energy. So, what's the drawback over here? Well, if you look at that, it says that at the end of your turn, he destroys another random friendly troop. So that's troop, not infantry. So he might be killing your Space Marines, he might be killing your demons. So when you put him in play, you need to try to make sure that at the end of your turn, he's the only one of your troops who's actually alive, unless you don't mind losing the others. But if you can handle all of that, I think he is much more solid than Kalim of the Anunnaki is. Alright, our next guy is Sor Talgron, which is the most expensive legendary they have. He comes in at 9 energy, but he only has 7 attack and 7 health. To compensate, he has frontline, and he has this neat rally ability, which is draw 3 Astartes from your deck and discount their cost. Despite all of that, I do not like him. That's because usually this late in the game, you're trying to play cards which will end the match as soon as possible. He doesn't have a high enough attack value to be able to end the match. And his special ability, these guys he's drawing, well, you'll probably put them in play next turn, and they'll attack the turn after that, which makes him have a very slow impact on the game. So I don't like him. There's probably better cards to play at the very end, such as the Maragal Dreadnought. This is, I think, much stronger. Let's check it out. It's got 9 attacks, so it does more damage than Sor does. It's got 10 health, and it has a whopping 3 specials. It has shield, so it ignores the first damage done to it. It has terror, so it doesn't take damage when attacking, and it has ward, so it's immune to hard removal and damage abilities and tactics. Well, targeted damage abilities and tactics. So I think he's overall much stronger than than the previous guy was, and I think I'd rather have the Maragal Dreadnought than that legendary. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video, so I hope you guys had fun and you're getting inspired by the word bearers. Stay tuned for my next couple of videos where I will actually be playing them on the ladder, and perhaps I'll get a chance to do a video of playing them in the event. Until then, hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to go and hit the subscribe button below, and stay tuned. Until then, bye for now.